Welcome back to AFT Die Season 5. It is round 11. Let's go to the first game. It is the match of the round, Geelong versus Melbourne at GMHBA Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. First quarter nearly done. First quarter's done. Melbourne, they take a 1-point lead at quarter time. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Melbourne have kicked 3 goals, 2 to Geelong 2-5, and at halftime, Melbourne are up by 4 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Geelong have come out. They've kicked 6 goals, 5 to Melbourne 2 goals, 6. And at three-quarter time, Melbourne are down by 19 points. Let's go to the last quarter of this game. And in the end, Geelong have won by 24 points. They kicked 4 goals, 5 to Melbourne, 3 goals, 6. Geelong, final score 16-18, 114 to Melbourne, 12-18, 90. All right, let's go to the next game. It is St Kilda versus North Melbourne. And this is at Marvel Stadium. Let's go to the first quarter. First quarter, North Melbourne, they kicked 3 goals, 2 to St Kilda, 2-5. And in the second quarter, St Kilda kicked 6 goals, 4 to North Melbourne, 2-3. And at halftime, St Kilda are up by 22 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, North Melbourne have kicked 6 goals, 2 to St Kilda, 3-1. And at three-quarter time, North Melbourne are down by 3 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins this game. And North Melbourne, they have had a good second half, and they've won this game by 24 points. St Kilda, final score 12-14, 86 to North Melbourne, 17-8, 110. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Richmond versus Hawthorn at the MCG. Hawthorn, they've kicked 5 goals, 4 to Richmond, 3-3. And let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Richmond have kicked 4 goals, 2 to Hawthorn, 1-1. And at half-time, Richmond are up by 6 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, very even. Richmond kicking 5 goals, 4 to Hawthorn, 5-3. And at three-quarter time, Richmond are up by 7 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Hawthorn have won by 4 points. They kicked 3 goals, 5 in the last quarter to Richmond, 1-6. Richmond final score 13-15, 93 to Hawthorn, 14-13, 97. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Western Bulldogs versus Adelaide Crows at Marvel Stadium. Crows are up by 6 points at quarter time. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Adelaide have kicked 4 goals, 3 to Western Bulldogs, 2 goals, 2. And at halftime, Adelaide are winning by 19 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, very even. Western Bulldogs kicking 3 goals, 4 to Adelaide, 3-2. And at three-quarter time, Adelaide are up by 17 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, very even in the last quarter. Western Bulldogs kicking 6 goals, 2 to Adelaide, 6-1. And Adelaide in the end have won by 16 points. Final scores, Western Bulldogs 13-14, 92 to Adelaide 16-12, 108. All right, let's go to the next game. It is Essendon versus Gold Coast Suns at Marvel Stadium. Gold Coast, they've come out kicking 5 goals, 2 to Essendon, 2-4. Gold Coast are up by 18 points. Second quarter, Essendon have kicked 4 goals, 3 to Gold Coast, 3-2. And at halftime, Gold Coast are up by 9 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Gold Coast kicking 6 goals, 5 to Essendon, 4 goals, 4. And at three-quarter time, Essendon are trailing by 22 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Gold Coast have won by 32 points. Final scores: Essendon 13-15, 93 to Gold Coast 19-11, 125. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Brisbane versus Collingwood at the Gabba. We've got Collingwood kicking 3 goals, 1 to Brisbane, 1-1 in that first quarter. Collingwood are up by 2 goals. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Collingwood kicking 6 goals, 2 to Brisbane, 4 goals, 5. And Collingwood are up by 21 points at halftime. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Brisbane have kicked 6 goals, 6 to Collingwood, 1-5. And at 3-quarter time, Brisbane are up by 10 points. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Collingwood have won by 8 points. They kick 6 goals, 5 to Brisbane, 3 goals, 5. Final scores: Brisbane 14-17, 101 to Collingwood 16-13, 109. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Fremantle versus GWS Giants at Optus Stadium. Okay, GWS have kicked 5 goals, 4 to Fremantle, 4 goals, 4. 6 points the difference at quarter time to the Giants. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Giants kick 6 goals, 1 to Fremantle, 5-2. At half time, Giants are up by 11 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Giants have kicked 4 goals, 6 to Fremantle, 2 goals, 6. And at 3-quarter time, Giants are up by 23 points. Let's go to the last quarter. And the Giants have won by 11 points. They kicked 2 goals, 6 to Fremantle, 4 goals, 6. Final scores: Fremantle 15-18, 108 to Giants 17-17, 119. All right, let's go to the next game. It's Carlton versus Sydney Swans at Marvel Stadium. Carlton kicking 5 goals, 1 to Sydney, 4 goals, 3. Carlton are up by 4 points. Second quarter, very even. Carlton kicking 6 goals, 4 to Sydney, 6 goals, 1. And at half time, Carlton are leading by 7 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, Carlton have kicked 5 goals, 4 to Sydney, 3 goals, 2. And Carlton are leading by 21 points. Let's go to the last quarter. And in the end, Carlton have won by 21 points. They kicked 2 goals, 3 to Sydney, 2 goals, 3 in the last quarter. Final scores: Carlton 18-12, 120 to Sydney. Swans 15-9, 99. All right, let's go to the last game of the round. It's Port Adelaide versus West Coast Eagles at the Adelaide Oval. We've got West Coast Eagles kicking 4 goals, 6 to Port Adelaide, 3-1. West Coast are up by 11 points. Let's go to the second quarter. Second quarter, Port Adelaide have kicked 2 goals, 2 to West Coast, 1-2. And at halftime, West Coast are up by 5 points. Let's go to the third quarter. Third quarter, very even. West Coast 3-2 to Port Adelaide, 3-1. 6 points the difference at 3-quarter time to West Coast Eagles. Let's go to the last quarter to see who wins. And in the end, Port Adelaide have won by 13 points. They kicked 5 goals, 1 to West Coast, 1 goal, 6. Port Adelaide win by 13 points. Port Adelaide final score 13-5, 83 to West Coast Eagles, 9-16, 70. All right, that concludes round 11 for AFT Die Season 5. We've got Geelong still on top with Adelaide second, Port Adelaide third, and Gold Coast coming to fourth. The remaining 4 teams in the eight are GWS Giants, Collingwood, Melbourne, and North Melbourne. And down the bottom, Fremantle, after another loss, still only 2 wins for the season. Next week, or next round, on Wednesday, the 29th of May, we've got match of the round, North Melbourne versus Geelong. So we've got first versus eighth. And the number one offense team, which has been Geelong, fairly consistent during the year. And we've got the Suns, the number one defense team. So we've got Geelong on top, and Gold Coast Suns are in fourth place. All right, that's it for round 11. We'll see you next time.